Hey, man, shout out to them Cowboys because I tried to tell y'all when there's expectations, you see them fold. When there's expectations, Dak Prescott lays an egg. When there's expectations, that defense that you hyped up lays an egg. You know, Dak Prescott plays his best when he's down 27-9. You see, that's when he plays his best. That's when he was amazing. When he was down 18 points, right? And then you saw garbage time Dak in the fourth quarter. He got a whole bunch of yards, and what he get? An L. That's what the Cowboys do. That's what Dak Prescott does. And it's so funny that Cowboys fans, for the past 2 weeks, you would have thought they won back-to-back Super Bowls. And y'all about to be sent to Cancun so you can watch the Eagles be the only NFC East team that makes it to the playoffs. You know, the first NFC East team in over 20 years to go back-to-back in the NFC East. And Cowboys fans, don't act like y'all wasn't talking about Super Bowl. That's the part that really boggled my mind, that people actually thought the Cowboys would not only make the playoffs, but would win the Super Bowl off of 2 games. Don't watch out. Hey, watch out for Dallas. Dallas is coming. They could upset some teams. They could catch the Eagles for the NFC East. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. That fraud-ass defense. All I heard before the Cowboys-Lions game was, oh, well, the Lions' interior O-line isn't really good, and they're banged up, and they're going to get destroyed by the Cowboys' 5-man front with those 3 defensive tackles. Oh, and you're going to have CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens man-to-man coverage against this Lions secondary without Terry Nard, who honestly, he ain't even that good. So it's like, you already that guy. If you're playing with that guy's backup, Terry Nard's backup, shoot, y'all might be in some big trouble. No, let's just get this straight. The Cowboys were never going to do anything this season, and they lost too many games to begin with. But this season goes to show you that they can just give their fans an ounce of hope, just a little bit of hope, a little bit, and they'll eat it all up just for them to get let down. Because, you know, a bunch of them thought, we can beat the Lions, and we beat the Lions, and the Eagles go on a little losing streak, we can get the NFC East. It's not happening, sucker. It's not happening, sucker. So I look at that game, all trolling aside, it's like, I got a lot of respect for Dan Campbell. The fact that he took offensive play calling away from John Morton, who's the Lions OC, and said, I'm going to call the shots because you're not utilizing all of these dynamic players we got. And since Dan Campbell started calling plays, who's been going crazy? Jammo. You see, this NFL stuff is really tied down to coaching. Like, you're not going to be able to see how great certain players are if they don't have coaching that helps them become the best player they can be. Because it's not like Jammo just suddenly forgot to play football, and it's not like Jammo out here suddenly remembered, oh yeah, I'm that guy again. He's been that guy. He's had that speed. But now he has a head coach that took offensive play calling and said, I'm going to call the shots. And now you got Jammo out here, like 7 catches, 96 yards. You have Amon-Ra on 1 leg out here, 90-something yards. I mean, you had Jahmyr Gibbs out here, 70-something yards. So it's like you were able to still get high production from your stars, and you're without Sam Laporta, who's a top 5 tight end in this game. I got a lot of respect for Dan Campbell because of the way the Lions responded when everybody doubted them. Dallas had all the hype. They beat the defending champions. They beat the Chiefs, who always in the Super Bowl, in back-to-back weeks. And folks thought the Cowboys would just run the table and it would first start off with the Lions. Dan Campbell said no. And I'm looking at Dan Campbell call the plays for the Lions, and I'm saying, Nick Sirianni, there is no way that you can look at this offense week by week and not try to call plays at all. You can't, nobody can defend this stuff. Nobody can defend it. Whether you think Sirianni is a better coach than Dan Campbell or not, there's nobody defending if you hire a first-time OC and you don't do a real job search outside of the Eagles facility, and your guy is jacking the whole thing up. I'm going to look at you to say, okay, if you're an offensive coach, right this ship. And if Dan Campbell can do it, and they got all these stars, and their offensive line isn't that good, they had question marks, but you got these great players, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jamo, Amon-Ra St. Brown. You got Jared Goff, who can get the ball in his playmakers' hands. All those guys, you should make something work. And with the Eagles, Nick Sirianni, you got Jalen Hurts, you got A.J. Brown, you got Devontae Smith, you got Saquon Barkley, you got Dallas Goedert. All your guys is healthy. How can you not call plays? How can you not call plays? That's why when folks talk about Sirianni and they say, I don't really believe in him, I don't think that he's a good coach for real, it's stuff like this. It's stuff like this. I still think Sirianni is a good coach. But I'm not going to just have a blind eye to incompetence because he won a bowl. Because Doug Peterson won a bowl. He got fired right after that, John. And that roster was nowhere close to the roster the Eagles have right now. So, Nick Sirianni, either Kevin Patullo gets it together or you take over. Are you embarrassed? Do you not want to call plays because you know that you're just so bad it's going to be even worse? But how could you be worse than a first-time OC? Like, how? How? And you cannot defend this stuff. You cannot defend it. Let's talk about Jalen Carter and Darius Slay. Jalen Carter just got a procedure on his shoulder. See, look, bruh, they should have done this procedure on Jalen Carter's shoulder earlier in the season because my man ain't been right the whole entire year. He hasn't been nearly the all-pro Jalen Carter that we thought he would be this season, and that's because of injuries hampering him. It's not because of talent. It's simply because of that. Now, if I was the Eagles, I would rather done this in like late September, in October. So then you come in December, and now Jalen Carter is much more healthy. And you can make a playoff push. Well, not just a playoff push, but you can make that push for the 1 seed and all that. And you got your main guy in December heading into January. Now the Eagles situation where Jalen Carter is going to be hoping to get to the playoffs, I believe, by 80%. Because let's be honest, if you have a procedure mid-season, there's not a high chance that you're going to be walking into the postseason 100%. They're having this procedure so that Jalen Carter can feel his best self, best as he can, come playoff time. That's what they're hoping for. But it's going to have to take a full off season of recovery of not playing football in order for Jalen Carter to be 100%. So all this to say, and I think Shannon Sharp said this, but it's like if you're walking into the season limping, like you're never going to be 100% because there's games going on. So it's like, I mean, it's extremely frustrating, but it kind of goes back to the offense, though. With Jalen Carter out, the Eagles' offense needs to turn up. It does. You cannot consistently rely on your defense to bail you out. The Eagles' offense is the highest paid offense in the league. But they're the 24th ranked offense. It's kind of like the Steelers. The Steelers have the highest paid defense, and their defense sucks. It's like for the amount of money that you done paid for your offense, You should have a better output than what we are seeing now. And now with your main guys on defense and Jalen Carter, he's out for at least a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe more. Now you're in a situation where the offense has to step up because you could put in more Jomo, he'll play more snaps. You could put in Ty Robinson. But hey, bruh, you could put in Byron Young. This Eagles defense is not going to be as good without Jalen Carter because of Jalen Carter's presence. Even though Jalen Carter isn't the all-pro guy this season that we thought he would be, his presence alone attracts double teams and it creates opportunities for his players. So with him out the lineup, now it shifts everybody's role. Now you're asking more from Morajum. Now you're asking more from Byron Young. Now you're asking more from Ty Robinson. And now it opens the discussion of, is Ty Robinson ready to play right now? Ty Robinson, third-round rookie. They were saying that he got outplayed by Byron Young. And so it's like, we're looking at all of this, and it goes back to the offense. The offense needs to lock in. They have to. From the coaching to the players. Jalen Hurts has to play better. He has to. He has to. You got the Chargers, you got the Raiders, you got the Commanders twice, and you got the Bills. You got to win 4 of them, Johns. I ain't going to lie. Got to win 4 of them, Johns. And I think if the Eagles win 4 of those games, they'll be the top 2 seed. And then, depending on maybe something crazy happens, they could be a number 1 seed. If they win out, they could definitely hit the number 1 seed. Definitely. But if they go 4-1 for sure. So this offense got to show up. And then you're going to have to see guys from the defense show up too in the defensive line. You got to see more from Nolan Smith. You got to see some from Jalen Hunt. Well, Jalen Hunt been snapping. My fault. He been snapping. But Nolan Smith, right now, I'm going to have to see some more from you. You had a sack the other day. I'm going to have to see some more from you. Last thing there, Darius Slay. It's so funny. Like, the Bills, are y'all serious? Like, no way you actually thought Darius Slay at 34 years old is going to go to Buffalo to compete for a championship for a franchise that folds in the biggest moments. It's like, why would I elect to be in Buffalo and Josh Allen and the Bills fold every time? No, thank you. I'd rather be retired. I'd rather be retired. So I fully understand why Darius Slay is like, the family, they're not going to want to go to Buffalo. They're not going to want to just pack our bags and go up there up north. And it's like, for what? I truly believe that if they can work something out and the Eagles are able to get Darius Slay, he's going to magically say, actually, I'm not going to retire. That's what's going to happen, right? That's what's going to happen. So I'm looking forward to the Darius Slay Eagles reunion. I feel like it's inevitable. You got some fans that's butthurt from the Bills. You can't do that. Shut up. It's y'all fault for getting in the way of family business. Like, we had a little breakup last offseason because the Steelers wanted to give him a bag and the Eagles couldn't do that. But in our hearts, it's like we wanted to be together. Like, sometimes it's like you got this girl and timing just doesn't align right. Like, when she wants you, you want another John. When you want her, she got another dude. Well, now the stars are aligning for the Eagles and Darius Slay. And the Bills want to get in the way of it. You're going to get butthurt. You're going to be salty. That's exactly what's going to happen. Now, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. We're talking to MJ. I know I always keep it real. Man, oh, man, I'll be in Philly for this Meek Mill concert tonight. And I got some guests. I got Chris Jenkins. I got Nee. They'll be in the Chargers, Eagles preview there. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. We are out.